I read a book. Can I have a medal, please?
I said in one of my last reviews about the library at Hellebore that it was the most disappointing read of 2025 for me. But I should have known that there was still, several weeks of the year left, because this particular book, We Weren't Meant to Be Human, or You Weren't Meant to Be, whatever the fuck it's called. Good God. Good God. Now, I've wanted to sign up to the Evernight subscription, which is Illumicrate's horror book subscription, for ages, and I couldn't get in. So when I had an email saying that there was a space on the waiting list, I thought, why not? So I joined the waiting list, and this was the first book. Now, I tried to be really tactful about this book in my review on Goodreads. I may not have succeeded, but everything about this book is awful. Everything. It's vile, it's disgusting, it should be reclassified as splatterpunk for one thing. And for another thing, I don't know. No, just no. So I assumed it was an apocalyptic setting and the world was recovering after something like that, but it isn't. These hives have just appeared all over the world, randomly, and it's a collection of worms and flies in a pulsating thing in various places, and they lure people in, vulnerable people, with promises of a better life, and then they serve them, and it's weird and grotesque. And the main character, Crane, is a trans man who is also a mute, and the author is a trans man. So I kind of got the vibe that this was maybe him making a commentary on society, trying to bring trans characters to the forefront, give them the representation that they deserve. But what it felt more like was a book that was written for shock value, just to shock people. The plot, such as there is one, is ridiculous. Crane gets pregnant by his abusive boyfriend Levi. And the book is basically the pregnancy. And the trigger warnings for this book are off the charts. I saw some of them before I read it because Illumicrate provides them for you. But the actual proper list is on Goodreads in the very first review, and it's been put there by the author, which I didn't read until after the book. There's a lot of things to do with kids and unpleasantness and worms and death and guts and blood, and no. If this book was meant to make a commentary on things, it failed spectacularly. If it was meant to bring trans characters into the foreground and give them representation, it failed spectacularly. It was literally a book that felt as if it was written to disgust you for the sake of it. The plot, such as there is, I can't really tell you about because the plot seems to be the pregnancy and it's boring. And the emotional aspect of it doesn't really grow through the story. It's very stunted. This is how Crane feels. This is how such and such feels. That's it. And then repeats it over and over again. So yeah, if the next Evernight book isn't better than this, I will be cancelling it, because for 20 quid this book is garbage and I've already sold it somewhere else on Vinted. Awful, awful book. And something I noticed that I have not had happen before, but I've seen other people comment. This Illumicrate version, the Evernight version, has foiling on the cover. And the foiling comes off when you're holding the book. I've never had that before, but I've seen other people complain about this month's books, saying that they're having the same issue. So, I don't know. Either way, the book's garbage. I would never recommend it to anybody. There are way better trans-orientated books out there, way better trans authors out there to pick up and read their books. I could name at least 3. So, don't bother with this. Go check out them. And I gave it 2 stars just because I finished it, otherwise it would have been 1. Absolute rubbish. Sorry.